Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, January 7th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 691 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. After mob disrupts proceedings, Congress turns back Electoral College challenge, certifying Biden as the next president. In Kashmir, empty grave for teenager killed by Indian forces. Trump ally Kelly Loeffler and others drop plans to object to Biden's Electoral College win. AP photos, Indian Army patrols border with rival Pakistan. Boca and River stopped in first leg of Copa Libertadores semis. Australia 166-2 after rainy first day of third test versus India. U.S. Capitol riots, Trump commits to peaceful transition after Biden certified as president, latest news. Democratic Rep. Cori Bush plans to introduce bill that would expel GOP lawmakers who attempted to overturn the presidential election. Biden condemns right-wing rioters storming the U.S. Capitol. Fans are accusing Kylie Jenner of cashing in on the pandemic by releasing a new $7 hand sanitizer through her skincare brand. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Skull session, Big Ten coaches talk Ohio State versus Alabama. Christina Johnson shows her support to the football 11 Warriors. Steam is getting expanded Xbox controller support, The Verge. Chuck Schumer finally breaks through, Politico. GOP West Virginia state delegate live streams as he storms Congress with pro-Trump mob, "We're going in," The Washington Post. Pence defies Trump, affirms Biden's win, Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Apple celebrates the year of the ox with limited AirPods Pro in Asia, The Verge. Biden's Electoral College victory certified, hours after Capitol chaos, Fox News. Charles Herbster, who may run for Nebraska governor, was at Trump rally before Capitol violence, Omaha World Herald. Alibaba and Tencent shares drop on U.S. investor blacklist report, Financial Times. Japan declares state of emergency in Tokyo area after days of hesitation, The New York Times. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Trump cast as a killer clown in Jim Carrey's new cartoon. 43 U.S. state and capital city names parents are giving their babies. 6 TV shows with way better coats than The Undoing. 10 ways therapists are practicing self-care this year. Skip the lubrication, Colbert tells Fox News where to stick its Trump excuses. Trump's greatest first term in history boast gets a scathing fact check on Twitter. Joy Reid shreds police double standards on pro-Trump insurrectionists and BLM. Trump acknowledges end of his presidency after Congress certifies Biden's win. Jimmy Kimmel calls out Trump's scumbag enablers by name in scathing monologue. Exclamation point, V. After day of chaos, Congress certifies Biden as the election winner. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. IL law will only lower insulin prices for some. Georgia Court of Appeals judge suspended with pay. Cork delays stimulus checks for some. Nurse recognized for service to longtime patient. Woman gets $76 stimulus payment instead of $600. Mystery illness in kids alarms TX pediatricians. University signs off on removing rock seen by some as symbol of racism. Police seek suspects in assault of store clerk. Sisters create fundraiser for dog with lymphoma. Mobile County Church rocked by COVID-19. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. World leaders express horror at U.S. Capitol attack. Why legalized marijuana, finally, has a chance in New York. U.S. records its deadliest day, with a virus toll of nearly 4,000. An assault on the Capitol. After quick vaccine success, Israel faces new virus woes. What's it like to inspire a song? Child Welfare Agency cuts ties to professor over pedophile studies. I'm haunted by Daniel Pearl's murder. If you were on this app, you saw the mob coming. With new majority, here's what Democrats can, and cannot, do on healthcare. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Number 9 Tennessee pulls out 79-74 thriller over Arkansas. Hence, Pelosi share elbow bump following Biden certification vote. Mike Pompeo calls for Hong Kong pro-democracy advocates to be released. Ted Cruz condemns Capitol violence, calls for peaceful transfer of power. FBI seeking help from public to identify those in Capitol breach. Trump promises orderly transition after Congress certifies Biden win. 5 smart New Year's resolutions for homeowners. Leslie Marshall, Trump can claim a victory, he helped Dems Ossoff and Warnock win Georgia Senate races. Biden's Electoral College victory certified, hours after Capitol chaos. A president, a violent assault and a blow against a lawful election. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, January 7th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. NFL wildcard playoffs NFC picks, Bears Saints could go right down to the wire, says Sportsline's Kenny White. Gabrielle Navi-Green and Lex Lumpkin on Nickelodeon's NFL wildcard game, this is geared specifically for kids and families. Stimulus check update, how much money will new parents receive? 63rd Annual Grammy Awards rescheduled due to COVID-19 pandemic. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. NHS may have to start using beds in care homes if pressure continues to worsen. Ivanka and Jared are publicly shamed by sister-in-law Karlie Kloss. Father of one with $1 million budget spends 4 years on grand designs. Priti Patel backs police quizzing people sitting on park benches in lockdown. Elderly Britons are refusing Pfizer's vaccine because they'd rather wait for the English one. Pictured, Trump supporter and Air Force vet shot and killed by cops while storming Capitol. London hit by snow for second day amid fears of beast from East II. Trump agrees to orderly transition as 4 die in U.S. Capitol riots. Alexa ghost pit could let relatives speak to their dead loved ones. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle don't regret Megxit, a source tells People magazine. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Indonesia's Merapi volcano spews hot clouds, 500 evacuate. Wong questioned, U.S. lawyer released in Hong Kong crackdown. Why the search for the real origin of the coronavirus is a global concern. U.S. allies react in horror to Capitol assault, hold Trump responsible. Japan declares state of emergency in Tokyo, paying price for coronavirus complacency. China is having a field day with U.S. Capitol chaos. A year on, questions what Iran's downing of Ukrainian plane. Total submission, with mass arrests, China neutralizes Hong Kong democracy movement. Trump's bitter fight and the fragility of U.S. democracy. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Stock market rally fades after U.S. Capitol siege, Business Live. Trump promises orderly transition but continues election lies after Congress certifies Biden as U.S. president, Live. Coronavirus Live News, Japan's PM announces state of emergency for Tokyo, U.S. suffers record daily deaths. Insurrection at the Capitol, incited by the president first thing. Wentz to the Colts, Stafford at the 49ers, a look at the NFL quarterback carousel. Don't blame Trump for the chaos in Washington, D.C., blame his enablers. Lawrence Douglas. Trump advisor resigns and 2 other senior officials consider quitting. Twitter and Facebook lock Donald Trump's accounts after video address. Detransition, Baby by Tory Peters review, a comedy of manners. Congress certifies Joe Biden as president hours after storming of Capitol. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. COVID-19 vaccine contender CureVac links up with Bayer. Hong Kongers called U.S. violence a setback for democracy. Trump said protests would be wild, political leaders decry rhetoric as chaos erupts. ABC News exclusive, photo of suspected explosive device found near RNC headquarters. Former Defense Secretary Mattis says Trump fomented security breach at U.S. Capitol. Biden to Trump, demand an end to this siege. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Capitol riots, Congress certifies Joe Biden's victory after violent disruption. Trump blocked by Twitter and Facebook. U.S. Capitol riots, world leaders react to horrifying scenes in Washington. Hong Kong national security law, activists say arrests confirm worst fears. Game maker Roblox's value rockets sevenfold during pandemic. Central African Republic, a disputed election and a strange rebel alliance. Capitol riots, how a Trump rally turned deadly. Millionaire French hotel owner to testify in kidnap trial. How 6 brothers, and their lions, terrorized a Libyan town. New York is not dead, but it is on life support. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. DC updates, 4 dead, 52 arrested, 14 police officers injured after pro-Trump rioters breach U.S. Capitol, FBI opens investigation. How a Facebook post saved this New York man's life, she's more than an angel. What is sedition? U.S. Capitol breach was almost textbook example, legal expert says. The Jamal Khashoggi documentary Too Explosive to be streamed. AP photographer describes scene inside Capitol. Congress certifies Biden's Electoral College win. Coronavirus updates. California proposes $600 state stimulus checks. Mexico reports record surge in COVID-19 cases. U.S. deaths top 360K. Here's what it looks like inside the Capitol after pro-Trump rioters were removed. 4 deaths tied to riots at U.S. Capitol according to D.C. Police Chief. D.C. Police Chief, Capitol Police fatally shot woman. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. The next few weeks are crucial for Newsom as he faces a GOP-led recall effort. Los Angeles Police Department seeks man suspected of killing his former girlfriend in Pacoima. Photos Trump supporters clash with police and counter protesters in LA. Column, it is not just Trump, blame California social media companies for DC riot too. California lawmakers describe harrowing day inside U.S. Capitol. California GOP legislative leader tweets, then deletes, false claim of Antifa leading U.S. Capitol mob. News analysis, Trump spoke of American carnage, then made it his reality. California hits 2.5 million coronavirus cases, adding 1 million inches less than a month. George Regas, progressive crusader and longtime rector of All Saints in Pasadena, dies at 90. Newsom cancels COVID-19 briefing amid outrage over mob violence at U.S. Capitol. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, January 7th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Angela Merkel, Trump shares blame for U.S. Capitol storming. Spain just recorded its coldest temperature ever, minus 34.1 C. The chaos unleashed on the U.S. Capitol by Donald Trump supporters dominated front pages across the world Thursday, with headlines such as Trump sets fire to Washington, democracy under siege, and the coup of madness. China goes online to mock beautiful side of U.S. What happened in the Hong Kong Legislative Council last year is being repeated in the U.S. India advocates for permanent UN Security Council seat for African continent. China warns its citizens in Washington to take safety precautions. Israeli soldier shoots and paralyzes Palestinian man in dispute over power generator. Small pro-Trump rallies break out in Canada amid chaos at U.S. Capitol. Earth is whipping around quicker than it has in a half-century. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, democracy should never be undone by a mob. Bank lending to plastics industry faces scrutiny as pollution concerns mount. Western democracy stunned by images from Washington. NATO, European leaders voice concern about U.S. events. Turkey calls on all parties in U.S. to use common sense. Boris Johnson condemns disgraceful scenes in U.S. The next headlines are from Forbes. The cut price €16 little sneakers, now selling for €6,000 on eBay. 2020's biggest charitable donations, infographic. Kristaps Porzingis will bring needed boost to middling Dallas Mavericks. Trump incites mob, democracy fractured, world's newspapers dominated by coverage of Capitol Hill violence. There will be an orderly transition, Trump begrudgingly acknowledges Electoral College certification. New brand to know, live lateral. PXG releases new 0211 irons, woods and hybrids with unexpected price point. Congress certifies Biden's victory after pro-Trump rioters storm U.S. Capitol. Majority of House Republicans vote to reject Pennsylvania, Arizona electors. Automakers seek to integrate and localize battery production. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Single defect phonons imaged by electron microscopy. 11 tops photonic convolutional accelerator for optical neural networks. Genomic basis of geographical adaptation to soil nitrogen in rice. An integrated space-to-ground quantum communication network over 4,600 kilometers. Origins of structural and electronic transitions in disordered silicon. Core collapse supernova explosion theory. In vivo base editing rescues Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome in mice. Structures of the glucocorticoid-bound adhesion receptor GPR97 sub, O sub, complex. Poleward and weakened westerlies during Pliocene warmth. Design of biologically active binary protein 2D materials. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,677,744,192 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Japan declares second state of emergency in Tokyo. Netflix UK price hikes for existing subscribers come into effect this week. Disney Plus 2 launch in Singapore following deal with StarHub. Netflix opening studio facilities to expand Korean content supply. Musicians respond to Trump and Capitol mob. Halsey, Stevie Wonder, Cardi B, Selena Gomez, Pink, Tom Morello, Sarah Bareilles speak up. Congress confirms Joe Biden's victory after a day of chaos. Trump promises orderly transition. Governors, editorial boards and civic leaders call for President Trump's removal. The mask dancer reveals identity of the Ice Cube. Here's the star under the mask. The MAGA riot in Washington was the natural culmination of Donald Trump's influence, and, just maybe, its swan song. Twitter, Facebook locked Donald Trump's accounts for policy violations. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Japan issues COVID-19 state of emergency for Tokyo as infections rise. Where is it safe to reopen schools? New research offers answers. Congress certifies Biden victory. Trump pledges orderly transition on January 20th. Storming the Capitol didn't change the election, some Trump backers realize. Some Republican senators begin to walk back objections to election results. Video shows newly elected lawmaker among mob that stormed the U.S. Capitol. Pelosi reconvenes the U.S. House. Our purpose will be accomplished. After chaos, insurrection and death, pro-Trump rioters defy D.C. curfew. McConnell says Senate will not be intimidated, will complete electoral vote count. Obama, a moment of great dishonor and shame for our nation, but not a surprise. The following headlines are from The Week. Actually, this is who we are. After certified electoral loss, Trump issues statement pledging an orderly transition on January 20th. Congress, Pence certified Joe Biden's presidential victory. House nearly devolves into a brawl during the objection to Pennsylvania electors. Watch Wednesday's pro-Trump assault on the Capitol unfold in under 5 minutes. Pelosi's office damaged during riot. Trump has reportedly been ranting about Pence, who could still effectively fire him. Even Stephen Miller reportedly thinks today was bad. D.C. police, 4 people died during pro-Trump siege of the Capitol, including woman shot by police. House, Senate block challenges to Arizona's electoral votes. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Why didn't San Antonio police immediately apply first aid to Darrell Zumwalt Sr. after shooting him? The following headlines are from the NASA Mars Exploration Program. 7 things to know about the NASA rover about to land on Mars. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Big news for SpaceX, static fire today, hot test this weekend. There should be a few supernovae in the Milky Way every century, but we've only seen 5 in the last 1,000 years. Why? Japan to launch wooden satellite in 2023. Here's the asteroid Hayabusa 2 is going to be visiting next. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, January 7th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Ancient Mayan civilization used advanced water treatment technology. Star trails over a tree-lined path. See a faint star cluster near bright Sirius. Hostile space weather might not be all bad for exoplanet life. Biggest asteroid to pass Earth in 2021, also one of the fastest. Your photos of Venus, as it descends into the dawn. Say hello to Sirius, a future South Pole star. The next news is from Politico. Rioters halt Electoral College certification. Trump agrees to orderly transition of power. Chuck Schumer finally breaks through. Is this really happening? The siege of Congress, seen from the inside. This is what regime change feels like. Senator Brian Schatz deplores Capitol security failure. The day Trump broke the GOP. The racial contradictions of Trump's law and order mantra. A hell of a journey, Lindsey Graham says it's time to recognize Biden as the winner. Deputy National Security Advisor resigns after Wednesday's chaos. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Melbourne A-League derby moves forward in new COVID shuffle. Australia vs India Day 1 wrap, Pukowski, Labuschagne fire to leave home side on top. Not in our favor, Jinjin bushfire predicted to escalate in very fragile situation. Tips and race by race preview for Canterbury Twilights on Friday. U.S. Congress building under attack. Black summer bushfires made worse by climate change, risk to rapidly intensify. Excluding zombies from a cricket could bring on the apocalypse. Fans dive into a relationship with cricket's new golden boy. U.S. riots as it happened, Capitol building now secure as Trump supporters riot in Washington, one woman shot, killed. Extended Sydney ban prompts fears for tourism industry. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Moneyest, my wife found a half-brother through Ancestry.com. Are we morally or ethically obligated to share her father's estate? Brazilian president says his country is broke, here's why. The Margin, world leaders Boris Johnson, Justin Trudeau and Wall Street bosses condemn shocking and disgraceful scenes at U.S. Capitol. CDC officials say people with history of allergic reactions should be monitored after receiving a COVID-19 shot. Cannabis Watch, cannabis stocks stave strong rally as prospect of Democratic Senate spurs reform hopes. Coronavirus update, U.S. could see up to 150,000 more COVID-19 deaths by February as new strain takes hold, expert warns. Tax Guy, these COVID-19 tax relief measures just got extended. Tax Guy, new and improved PPP loans help small businesses hard hit by COVID-19, but there's a deadline to get the money. Europe markets, European stocks and U.S. futures extend rally on hopes over fiscal stimulus and vaccine. Auto Trader, the 2021 Jaguar XF is stylish, agile, and attractively priced. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Toller versus Controller General of Patents, Design, and Trademarks, Intellectual Property, India, Mondak News alerts. How a crazed inventor escaped the hangman's noose, Herald Sun. Elida.net incorporates 11 million potential customers in Emirates after signing its agreement with Emirates Post, PR Newswire. Clarifying the patentability of cryptocurrency inventions for jurisdictions, Lixology. Connected and autonomous vehicles, protecting data and machine learning innovations, Lixology. 10 patent prosecution, litigation practice trends from 2020, Law 360. Greenberg Traurig expands Atlanta intellectual property and technology practice with addition of Nigam and Achariah, Yahoo Finance. USPTO proposes to close gap in terminal disclaimer practice, JD Supra. U.S. Navy patents pest magnet bait method, Pest Management Professional Magazine. SOFC's brings world's leading solid oxide fuel cells authorities to Stockholm in July 2021, Newswise. The next headlines are from Quartz. After a day of chaos, Congress confirms Joe Biden as U.S. President. After a rough ride in 2020, India's banking system faces a litmus test this year. Twitter and Facebook are taking baby steps toward banning Trump. Is America experiencing a coup? Big business is turning against Trump and his fellow insurrection enablers. Facebook's ex-security chief says social media networks should ban Trump. How the rest of the world is reacting to the chaos in Washington. How Biden can ramp up his climate ambitions now that Democrats have won the Senate. Can Mike Pence force Trump out of office? Police treated Black Lives Matter protesters and the violent pro-Trump mob very differently. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Appeals Court, just because someone used an email account to send threats doesn't make it an interstate crime. Content Moderation Case Study, Dealing with Controversial and Sexual Fan Fiction, May 2007. Pennsylvania School District asks Supreme Court to allow it to continue to violate students' First Amendment rights. Could the digital divide unite us? Cass Sunstein's no good, horrible, very bad idea for using defamation to fight fake news. Daily Deal, the Premium Learn to Code 2021 bundle. UK music rights group demands payment from a pub that isn't playing any music because it's closed due to COVID. Putting brained 5G conspiracies somehow get even dumber. Going dark is BS, says yet another report detailing all the ways law enforcement can obtain evidence. Surprise, Singapore backtracks on privacy pledge and opens contact tracing data to police. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Bradley Beal. PogChamp. Ben Sasse. Banana Republic. Who was shot at the Capitol? Barcelona. Nancy Pelosi. Juventus. Treason. Ilhan Omar. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. COVID-19 fallout could cripple up to 4,000 UK financial firms, British regulator warns. This is on you, Mr. President. Angry wrestling legend Mick Foley blasts son of a BTCH Trump in plea to WWE boss Vince McMahon. Disaster in the desert. Indian motorcycle ACS Santosh placed in a coma after huge crash at a car rally. Merkel saddened and angered by U.S. Capitol storming, blamed Trump's refusal to admit defeat. We've just seen confidence in democracy being shattered. UK Home Secretary condemns the terrible violence on Capitol Hill. Cryptocurrency market value hits record $1 trillion as Bitcoin reaches new eye-popping highs. Trump pledges orderly transition to Biden, vows to continue our fight against election outcome. The grim new normal. Japanese firm unveils new facial recognition system that can identify people through their masks. White House officials quit or consider resignation in wake of Capitol takeover by Trump supporters, media. Congress confirms Joe Biden as president-elect after Trump supporters stormed U.S. Capitol building. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. It's over. Trump promises orderly transition on January 20th after Biden wins certified. Norwegian nursing home patients dead after receiving first dose of Pfizer COVID vaccine. ASDA urges Britain's lockdown shoppers not to stockpile. World top economies brace for $13 trillion debt maturity vortex. Senate rejects Ted Cruz's first objection to Electoral College certification. UK lockdown cops to stop people in the street, issue fines, target anti-lockdown, anti-vaccine protesters. Vatican claims no knowledge of $1.8 billion quietly transferred to Australia. We don't have that kind of money. Turks fear Russian advance on Syria's Al-Bab. This is the exact moment Ashley Babbitt was shot while storming the Capitol. 79% of Brits supported latest nationwide lockdown. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. India to hold nationwide cow science exam. Indonesia, hundreds evacuated as Mount Merapi spews hot clouds. Top White House officials resign following Capitol Hill mayhem. At least 4 killed in post-election riots at Capitol Hill. U.S. threatens sanctions over Hong Kong arrests, angering Beijing. U.S. legislators vow to investigate police after breach of Capitol. Pakistan calls for Afghan action as soldier killed in border fire. Pope Francis warns of violence in car after disputed polls. U.S. Congress certifies Joe Biden as next president, Harris is VP. Plastic under scrutiny, bank lending to industry faces opposition. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Senate rejects objection to Pennsylvania electoral vote 7-92. Just effing shoot them all. Verified Twitter accounts call for retribution. Mother Jones David Corn declares President Trump a terrorist leader. Tom Cotton to Trump, accept election results, quit misleading the American people. Senate rejects objection to Arizona electoral vote 6-93. Woman shot during Capitol protest dies, 7 others reportedly hospitalized, 13 arrests. Ann Coulter, elections over, here's the truth about Trump. After Capitol violence, Kelly Loeffler changes course on Electoral College challenge. Quebec bans outdoor walking as part of COVID-19 curfew. Rep. Cori Bush, had Capitol rioters been black they would have been shot, it's white supremacy. The next headlines are from UPI News. Nebraska woman wins second lottery jackpot in 5 months. Police find reported severed foot was mannequin part. Watch, Nova Scotia kite surfer finds message in a bottle with diamond ring. Look, mystery llama found wandering loose in Massachusetts. UAE chefs bake world's longest line of pies for Guinness record. Look, police respond to chickens wreaking havoc at New Jersey McDonald's. Watch, ostrich runs through Pakistani city after private zoo escape. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. To protect the heart from breast cancer treatment, study finds statins could help. These African nations used satellite monitoring to cut deforestation by 18%. To keep pain in check, scientists say countdown. This city's police force says no officer fired a single shot in 2020, citing successful de-escalation training. Girl donates all her birthday money to homeless men who returned her grandma's wallet. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, January 7th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Denmark launches children's TV show about man with giant penis. Phone addiction is one of the biggest non-drug addiction in human history. How to overcome phone addiction. Fishermen rescue naked fugitive from crocodile-infested waters in Australia. You can eat your Christmas tree. Here's how to do it. Angry chickens wreak havoc at McDonald's parking lot drive-thru in New Jersey. Meanwhile, in Canada, robbers flee in an Uber with a suitcase full of meat. Children's TV show about man with giant penis airs in Denmark. Escaped hamster braves freezing temperatures to get to candy store. Vietnamese doctor finds dozens of mushrooms growing in patient's ears. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Android Auto 6.0 is coming, here's what to expect. Kiss me, Samsung, all remotes should be solar powered. Thermal cameras tracked hamburgers on bikes in 2020, here's what they found. Snapchat joins Twitter and Facebook in blocking Trump's account amidst Capitol violence. UK government to put trust in teachers not algorithms on exam results after last year's debacle. Here's why the universe has more matter than antimatter. After 4 years of waiting, Indians might finally get their taste of Tesla this year. This highly rated app blocks annoying spam and robocalls is on sale. Alas, thy Nintendo 3DS will no longer be thy Netflix main driver. 4 founders explain the biggest hurdles to flattening the climate curve in 2021. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Mouse study finds link between gut disease and brain injury in premature infants. Modern microbes provide window into ancient ocean. Resist the resistance, fighting the good fight against bacteria. Chickatoxin's not supposed to kill you. Wait for me, cell biologists decipher signal that ensures no chromosome is left behind. Physicists observe competition between magnetic orders. DNA editing method shows promise to treat mouse model of progeria. Designer protein patches boost cell signaling. How Earth's oddest mammal got to be so bizarre. New research finds ginger counters certain autoimmune diseases in mice. The next headlines are from Information Week. Government shows prioritize chatbots in pandemic. Making CI/CD work for DevOps teams. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, January 7th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. We can fix this. Utah Jazz express optimism even as more lack of focus costs them a 112-100 loss to Knicks. The triple team, Jazz defense isn't good enough in collapse to Knicks. Is this just who they are? Pro-Trump mob storms Capitol in bid to overturn election. Would-be developer of Bridal Veil Falls sues Utah County over conservation plan. Episode 9, Mary ruins a party she isn't even invited to on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Insurrection, Mitt Romney blamed Trump as a mob of his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. Tickets on sale Thursday for 2021 Sundance Film Festival, which only will be online in Utah. Letter, Republicans must not attempt to overthrow election. Hundreds of pro-Trump activists protested at the Utah Capitol as the president fights to stay in office. By Zach Wilson, one of 5 finalists up for the Polynesian College Football Player of the Year award. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. More than half of Americans turn to video games during lockdown. Norway becomes first country to sell more electric cars than petrol vehicles. Liquid glass discovered as new state of matter. Would you quit if you had to return to the office after the pandemic? FBI probe of major hack includes project management software from JetBrains. Amazon pledges $2 billion to affordable housing. Twitter locks President Trump's account for 12 hours, warns of permanent suspension. Windows 10's taskbar is getting a big update with new weather and news widget. US bans WeChat Pay, Alipay and 6 more Chinese payment apps. Open source developer and manager David Rickorden named White House Director of Technology. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Mystery of strange odor in St. Charles County may have been solved. Prosecutor Wesley Bell and St. Anne police collaborate on body cam policy. Jefferson County Health Director discusses difficulties in managing COVID crisis. 4 died as Trump supporters stormed Capitol. Hero police officer in pool rescue surprised with gift. Man says San Diego woman killed in Capitol siege was his wife. Group of St. Louis area residents travel to participate in D.C. protest. Chaos, violence, mockery as pro-Trump mob occupies Congress. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley presses ahead on Electoral College objection, condemns Capitol violence. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. It's really tough. Unemployment claimants left waiting as state sorts out fraud cases. Photos show damage to historic Capitol building. Trump blocked from posting on Facebook for 24 hours. Local Trump demonstration contrasts chaos at U.S. Capitol. Obama calls violence at U.S. Capitol a moment of great dishonor and shame for our nation. Rep. Omar says she's drawing up new articles of impeachment against President Trump. Lamesu officer who shot woman with beanbag of protest won't face criminal charges. Twitter locks President Trump's account, deletes tweets about Capitol rioters. Supervisors will ask board to declare racism a public health crisis. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. What's next for the S&P 500 after $3 trillion of Federal Reserve asset growth? Nasirka, SPY. Israel gives heroes welcome to American spy Jonathan Pollard SAMAA. Solar winds hack likely Russian, U.S. intelligence confirms. U.S. intelligence confirms solar winds hack likely Russian. FBI, CISA, NSA officially blame Russia for solar winds cyber attack. Suspected Chinese spies allowed to leave Afghanistan, report. NSA whistleblower Kirk Weeb exposes U.S. stolen election. Politi fact, the Nashville explosion was a suicide bombing, not a missile strike. Was Nashville bombing a missile attack on a spy hub? Donald Trump ally Patrick Byrneback's conspiracy theory. Afghan government criticized for release of Chinese spies. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army plans to digitize its Stryker Brigade combat teams. U.S. Marine Corps began fielding suppressors to infantry, special operations units. U.S. Navy awards contract to Wärtsilä Defense for submarine propeller systems. Raytheon gets $34 million contract for advanced electronic attack system. Ukrainian Marines to receive amphibious version of BTR-4. Safe Boat secures $19.9 million Pentagon contract for MKVI patrol boats for Ukraine. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Mass arrests in Hong Kong on subversion charges. Trump bans Chinese apps, including Alipay and WeChat Pay, with lame duck executive order. Hawaii in wartime mode amid fresh cluster of coronavirus cases. Only when you, your children, and your grandchildren become Chinese, life after Xinjiang detainment. The new Fourth Army incident, the nationalist massacre that sealed the winning side's fate. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Police search for men who attacked San Francisco woman, stole bulldog. Santa Clara County braces for post-holiday COVID-19 surge. It's over, Trump ally Lindsey Graham tells Senate Biden is the legitimate president. Contra Costa Republican chairman responds to Capitol chaos. How police responded differently to U.S. Capitol attack versus BLM protests. D.C. mayor extends public emergency for 15 days following violent protests. Multiple White House officials resign amid Capitol chaos. 5 East San Jose zip codes make up 30% of county's total COVID cases. Here's how they're banding together. The latest, Senate quickly rejects challenge to put electors. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. The latest, Trump promises orderly transition on January 20th. Trump promises orderly transition as Congress confirms Biden win after Capitol invasion. Trump vows orderly transition on January 20th after he empathizes with Capitol intruders. This is a coup attempt, what Republican and Democratic reps from Illinois said about Capitol attack. Pence defies Trump, declares Biden victory after saying he cannot reject electoral votes. Media capture unprecedented storming of U.S. Capitol. Pro-Trump mob storms U.S. Capitol in bid to overturn election. Fast start helps Bucks breeze past Pistons 130-115. Hill's late free throws lift Thunder over Pelicans 111-110. Pritchard's putback pushes Celtics past Heat 107-105. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Trump supporters break through Washington governor's grounds as others storm U.S. Capitol. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Peru. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, January 7th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Rioter enters Nancy Pelosi's office, take photos with feet on her desk. Trump, in video, tells very special protesters to go home but keeps up false election attacks. Twitter flags it for risk of violence. U.S. Capitol in D.C. now secured after mob of Trump supporters storm building. One shot, killed Watch Live. VP Mike Pence defies Trump, says he cannot reject electoral votes that make Biden president. Texas lawmakers react to protesters storming U.S. Capitol. Electoral college ballots rescued as protesters storm U.S. Capitol, senator says. Strong condemnation from U.S. allies as world leaders react to chaos on Capitol Hill. Severe thunderstorm watch through 7 p.m. U.S. lawmakers react to D.C. protest that has locked down the Capitol. Texas Capitol shuttered in wake of D.C. protest. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Bama's waddle back practicing, status for title game unclear. AP photos, scenes of violence at U.S. Capitol shock world. Capitol has seen violence over 220 years, but not like this. Ossoff seals Democrat sweep, will be youngest U.S. Senator. Quebec orders 8 p.m. curfew beginning Saturday, for 4 weeks. Pistons say rookie G. Killian Hayes has torn hip labrum. George Washington basketball game postponed due to D.C. curfew. LSU taps Pete's, Mangus's top offensive coaches. Sark latest Bama assistant multitasking before title game. U.S. holds first lease sale for Alaska's Arctic refuge. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Live a blog, pro-Trump insurrectionists storm U.S. Capitol, delaying certification of Biden's election. Growing concerns over city jails handling the pandemic's second wave. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. For third year in a row, Cuomo announces plan to legalize recreational marijuana. Coronavirus updates, NY case of UK variant traced back to travel. New bill aims to curb parasite food delivery apps in NY state. Video shows NYPD officer kneeling on man's neck during arrest in Queens. Early edition, National Guard deployed in D.C. for today's pro-Trump protests. Hesitant healthcare workers are slowing down vaccine uptake. The next headlines are from Observer.com. 6 best acne treatment products for pimples, blackheads, whiteheads and scars. Shepard Fairey, Quaz, and more contribute to this film on behalf of young artists. Art fairs in 2021 will likely be local affairs instead of jet-setting ones. A new space race heats up as 3 Mars probes from NASA, China, and UAE arrive. Alex Garland is developing a new A24 film starring Jessie Buckley and Rory Kinnear. Best nootropics, top 3 brain supplements of 2021. CBD Gummies UK, the 5 best CBD gummies in 2021. Netflix claims Bridgerton will be one of its 5 most watched shows ever. This record-breaking ring has 12,638 diamonds but appears too big to wear. Prince William and Kate might visit Montecito this year. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag strikes near Neafu in Tonga. Light earthquake, M4.4 quake has struck near Pondatitan in Philippines. Light earthquake, M4.5 quake has struck near Finchhofen in Papua New Guinea. Light earthquake, 4.1 mag was detected near Calatagan in Philippines. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag was detected near Kermadec Islands region. Moderate earthquake, 5 mag has occurred near Labuka in Fiji. Strong earthquake, 6.1 mag was detected near Gorontalo in Indonesia. Minor earthquake, 3.38 mag was detected near Manadero in BC and Nemex. Minor earthquake, 3.2 mag strikes near Indios in Puerto Rico. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag was detected near Honshu in Japan. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Is high-tech a danger to humanity? Making African Continental Free Trade Area work for women in a post-COVID-19 world. Anti-tough treatment clinical trial crucial for Africa. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. UK judge justifies Central Intelligence Agency spying on Assange citing debunked CNN report based on Central Intelligence Agency spying. Videos, Trump supporters breach security at Capitol building, clash with riot police. Hive, U.S. Capitol on lockdown, Senate and House in recess. Pipe bomb found at RNC, DNC evacuated, report. One person shot after protesters storm Capitol, Trump urges stay peaceful. Trump urges protesters to go home now in video blasting stolen election. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Rumor alert, was a Trump flag raised to replace American flag at the U.S. Capitol? Capitol complex secure after violent occupation. Did Trump tell supporters to storm U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021? Does a photo show rioters snatching a podium in the U.S. Capitol? Very chill llama found wandering off Mass Highway. Did Pence unfollow Trump on Twitter following January 6 D.C. riots? Warnock, Ossoff win in Georgia, handing Dems Senate control. Pro-Trump demonstrators swarm capitals across U.S. Judge bans Proud Boys leader from Washington after arrest. Media captures unprecedented storming of U.S. Capitol. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Local MAGA mobs take cue from D.C., try to storm state capitals. Lawmakers donned gas masks, prayed together as Trump mob descended on Capitol. Ann Coulter blames gigantic pussy Trump for MAGA riots. I hate him. These Trumpist terrorists just violated 6 federal laws. Biden decries insurrection at U.S. Capitol, calls for Trump to end this siege. Trump is furious, but not at the MAGA mob that stormed the Capitol. A running field guide to the far-right goons in D.C. Democrats claim control of the Senate after twin victories in Georgia runoffs. It's our first ever coup attempt, and there's no doubt who's behind it. Mad King Donald burns down the House. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Rioters leave trail of damage throughout U.S. Capitol building. Giants finally got it right with Joe Judge. How to watch Surviving Death on Netflix. Female shot during chaotic protests in U.S. Capitol has died. Michael Chiklis says Coyote is about humanity, not politics. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Arecibo is dead. Should we build its replacement on the moon? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Los Angeles EMS workers told not to transport patients with low survival rates. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. 2020, 8-year of UFO news almost too strange to believe. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. The words of a president matter. 1 killed, 13 arrests as Trump supporters storm the U.S. Capitol building in MAGA riot. Supermodel Karlie Kloss, I've tried to change in-laws Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump's political views. Newly released video shows moments before and after Chicago police SUV hits woman, pinning her leg, during 2019 protests. Game company founded by 3 white women sorry for Americanizing mahjong tiles. D.C. mayor extends citywide public emergency until Biden's inauguration. Watch live, lawmakers vow to certify Biden's election tonight after terrible pro-Trump assault on the Capitol. Mexico reports new high for COVID infections in 1 day. Prominent Chicago priest suspended after 40-year-old abuse allegation reported. Cannabis stocks fly higher after Georgia election. Cuomo sending 1,000 members of the NY National Guard to D.C. The following headlines are from military.com. VA, D.C. guards deploying to U.S. Capitol as siege by protesters continues. Trump supporters storm U.S. Capitol, clash with police. Air Force will now call it demographic, rank data on non-judicial punishments. The Navy hospital ship politicians want in LA is stuck in maintenance in Portland. I did all I could do. Co earns commendation for bravery in Camp Taji attack. National Guard will wear black ID vests to stand out from police during DC protests. Minuteman III missiles are too old to upgrade anymore, Stratcom chief says. Russia and West clash over Syria chemical weapons sanctions. Navy's new Arctic strategy calls for more activity as competition from Russia, China increases. Federal employee pleads guilty to taking $250K in bribes over military transport contracts. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. GOP lawmakers challenge electoral votes before Congress. Longtime St. Sabina pastor Flegger receives support, releases statement after sex abuse allegation sidelines him. U.S. Reps Foster, Kasten, Underwood, DuPage GOP Chairman Jim Zay condemn attempted coup at Capitol. Days after she was sworn in, Illinois U.S. Rep Mary Miller facing criticism for invoking Adolf Hitler during speech in Washington. Man arrested with gun day after September killing charged with murder after weapon matched to shell casings. Chicago police officer arrested in alleged off-duty shooting. This is a coup attempt. Illinois members of Congress react with disgust as U.S. Capitol is stormed by pro-Trump mob. Illinois will make coronavirus vaccine available to residents 65 and older in next phase of inoculations. State watchdog sues ComEd in federal court over alleged scheme to bribe Michael Madigan. Chicago police, second victim dies from injuries in Gresham neighborhood shooting, police investigating as a double homicide. The following headlines are from FIS.org. 1/3 of U.S. families face a different kind of poverty. For 50 years, biologist has studied bottlenose dolphins from a research center on Florida's Gulf Coast. Cell biologists decipher signal that ensures no chromosome is left behind. In changing oceans, sea stars may be drowning. Nuclear fusion group calls for building a pilot plant by the 2040s. Businesses stand to benefit from sustainable restructuring. Researchers turn coal powder into graphite in microwave oven. Bird protections lifted in last-minute Interior Department rule change. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, January 7th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Are face masks here to stay? How much alcohol is too much? Meet the animals that self-medicate. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Trump supporters open gate at governor's mansion in Olympia, occupy front lawn. Number 22 Northwestern women roll past Wisconsin 80-55. A marvelous morsel at volunteer park. New Illinois Congresswoman, Hitler was right on one thing. I was closing my eyes and praying. Washington's Rep. Pramila Jayapal described sheltering in place as mob breaks into Capitol. Trump incites terrorists. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. The latest, ex-President Bush sickened by mayhem at Capitol. How Warriors Eric Paschal is thriving as a small ball center. New Berkeley Rep series sets the action in, where else, Berkeley. The latest, Georgia governor calls riot in D.C. a disgrace. Capitol breach, protests target several other statehouses. Trump tells rioters to go home, repeats election falsehoods. Ivanka Trump under fire for calling pro-Trump mob storming Capitol patriots. Capitol breach, world leaders condemn horrifying riot. Editorial, Trump's clumsy coup fuels dangerous national division. New Some calls D.C. mob violence outright assault to our democracy. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. South Dakota, New Hampshire, West Virginia lead in getting COVID-19 shots into arms. Montana gun bill would allow concealed carry at universities. Woman shot at U.S. Capitol dies. Kentucky governor delays speech in response to D.C. protests. Officials identify knife-wielding man killed by officers. Elusive Catalina Island shrew spotted for first time in years. VT Rep. Welch feared his safety, governor says Trump must go. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Trump unleashes mob to storm Capitol and disrupt functioning of U.S. government. As virus surges, new studies suggest warning for school reopening. NYPD cops accused of racism, sexism, and homophobia cost the city $500,000 over 4 years. While Republicans fractured, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff teamed up, and it seems to have worked. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. The revelation of the crustal geometry of the Western Kilian Mountains, Northeast Tibetan Plateau. An epidemic of overdiagnosis, melanoma diagnoses skyrocket. Chinese scientists uncover gene for rice adaptation to low soil nitrogen. The world's first integrated quantum communication network. An analysis of 145 journals suggests peer review itself may not explain gender discrepancies in publication rates. Study reports patient reported loss of smell in 86% of mild COVID-19 cases. Toxin chimeras slip therapeutics into neurons to treat botulism in animals. A study shows that mindfulness can help ease the pain of breast cancer survivors. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man critically wounded in Grand Crossing shooting. Bears cannot afford to marginalize W.R. Allen Robinson in Game Plan vs. Saints. Drew Brees' Saints empire is rooted at Soldier Field. Will it end Sunday? Woman fatally shot during pro-Trump siege on U.S. Capitol. Our democracy is under unprecedented assault, Biden says. Aviation Commissioner lobbies for increase in $4.50 a head airline ticket tax. Healthy and rejuvenated, Andrew Shaw is once again bringing life to the Blackhawks. Mitch Trubisky eager to go for it versus Saints. Woman charged with aggravated DUI in fatal Logan Square crash. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. COVID-19 trapped Big Mike in paradise. He's still there. Erase My Back Pain Reviews 2021. What's new? Free psychic readings online via phone call, chat and live video by legitimate love psychic reader experts. Best Male Enhancement Pills 2021 Sexual Health Supplements. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Here's a video of Mitt Romney casually getting heckled by Trump supporters. Black Homes Matter advocates to call on Whitmer to compensate overtaxed Detroit homeowners. Jeff Daniels to MC virtual Ann Arbor Folk Fest later this month. Detroit-based beauty giant The Lip Bar rebrands as TLB as it expands catalog and reach. Downtown Farmington's John Cowley and Sons Irish Pub fined for violating pandemic orders. Family videoed to close all remaining stores, cites lack of foot traffic and new movie releases. Heated luminarias will bring wintertime outdoor dining to Southwest Detroit restaurants. Savage Love, European Adventures. Free Will Astrology, January 6th to 12th. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Trump supporters storm U.S. Capitol, halt Electoral College vote count in terrifying scene. JJ what to Deshaun Watson, I'm sorry, we wasted one of your years. Streaming concert watch 1/6, Trent Reznor, Billy Corgan and more. What is a cool parent? 6 Houston sports stories we can look forward to in 2021. Market Square Park glows with newest public art installation. The next headlines are about world records making news. Billie Eilish, which Guinness World Records has Billie Eilish broken, Express. 14-year-old Warzone player beats duo's kill world record with his father, Charlie Intel.com. These Diablo 3 speedrunners beat 2 world records with one outrageous run, PC Gamer. Ujjain, 9-year-old Sanvi creates world record, Free Press Journal. UAE chefs bake world's longest line of pies for Guinness record, UTI News. Guinness World Record for windsurfing the biggest wave ever. Sarah Hauser shares how she met her goal, Yahoo News. A ring with 12,638 diamonds sets a Guinness World Record, WCAD.com. Family of 12 siblings earns world record for highest combined age with 1,042 years, People. First undersea roundabout, the Faroe Islands sets world record, World Record Academy. Kia unveils new logo and slogan, sets Guinness World Record for fireworks, Yahoo Movies Canada. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Twitter lets Trump spread false election conspiracy as mob storms U.S. Capitol. Hell yes, give me the Apple Watch guided walking workouts. SolarWinds hackers access more than 3,000 Department of Justice email accounts. Researchers use AI to separate conspiracy from fact. New York wants to legalize it. This stealth startup is using electrical stimulation to help people walk again. The 10 best deals of January 6, 2021. Blue light and essential oil compound treat antibiotic-resistant skin infections in mice. Tile is reportedly launching a new tracker to make finding your lost keys easier. It's apparently very easy to riot in the Capitol when you're a Trump supporter, updating. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mandorah in Australia at 108.14 degrees Fahrenheit or 42.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Batmanj in Russia at minus 60.34 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 51.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Why don't PCs use error-correcting RAM? Because Intel, says Linus. Pro-Trump reporter gloats over access to fleeing Hill staffer's computer. Twitter tags Trump tweets with violence warning as insurrectionists storm Capitol, updated. Frontier agrees to fiber network expansion in plan to exit bankruptcy. WhatsApp gives users an ultimatum, share data with Facebook or stop using the app. Ars readers gave a record $58,000 in 2020 charity drive. Amazon promises $2 billion for affordable housing projects near its corporate offices. Upcoming Apple privacy update has developers desperately seeking dodges. Study finds we're already committed to more global warming, sort of. Shkreli Award goes to Moderna for blatantly greedy COVID vaccine prices. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Nicole Wallace, I dare Ted Cruz and Mr. Hawley to go on with their shenanigans. Twitter limits reach of tweets stoking U.S. Capitol unrest. Woman shot during Trump riot inside Capitol has died, report. Watch, police unleash tear gas and flashbang grenades to clear Capitol of Trump insurrectionists. Conservative trade group calls on Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment to preserve democracy. Got a mirror handy? Twitter scorches Lindsey Graham's call to identify and prosecute D.C. rioters. Reince Priebus blasts rioting Trump supporters as domestic terrorists, pure insanity and disgusting. Capitol Police member caught on camera taking selfies with insurrectionists. Officials had to beg Trump to issue a stronger condemnation of D.C. rioting, reports. Trump tells his very special supporters to go home after they terrorized D.C. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. We're going in, what happened as the barricades fell at the U.S. Capitol? Now is it a coup? Donald Trump is now a terrorist leader. Here's one silver lining to the Trump mob in Washington. The D.C. National Guard has been fully activated after insurrectionists storm Capitol building. Biden blamed Trump for insurrection at U.S. Capitol. Democrats control Congress, can they help restore democracy? Democrats take the Senate as Jon Ossoff officially wins in Georgia. Lunchtime photo. History making headlines in Georgia, and 17 spins of the state's official song. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Innovation Discovery Grants awarded to Mass General Brigham. Scientific advancements designed to help patients. Healthcare delivery. Globe Newswire. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, January 7th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Radar and UAPs, a new source. UFOs, what happens when a government cover-up turns out to be true? That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.